LeviceLeisure.com's Roberta Blevins was at the Louisa City Council meeting. Top discussion. Was it legal for Mayor Teddy Preston to purchase a $30,000 tanker truck without council approval? Louisa City Attorney Bud Adams said that purchases can be made without council approval in an emergency situation.
Says this: bids are not required if the chief executive officer of the city certifies an emergency exists and files a copy of the certificate with the chief financial officer of the city. That is my officers are here tonight. Both of them are, Kathy and also Beth, and I am the chief executive officer of the city, and the financial officers are sitting here tonight in our presence. And we bought a we purchased a 2005, I'm sorry, I'll get the number mixed up, truck down in Tennessee for the purpose of meeting the requirements of the KR, of the water and sewer division of water. And the truck was purchased upon the proclamation of emergency because the one we were using was borrowed from the Power District, I guess, by the Fire Department loaning it to us, and we had to take the truck back or buy it, and we decided to not buy it, and that was a decision made by, I guess, the Water and Sewer Commission and myself and Les as well. And so that said, with that said, we have a truck, we bought a truck, and it's just what we needed. The other truck is back at Station 2 parked, and the keys are with the Fire Department, and it's up to the truck is in the hands of them and the Fire District, which is the name of the title of the truck is in right here, and the title of it is, it's issued to the Louisa Fire and Rescue District. That's a title to that truck. So with that, Bud, I'm going to let you just talk.
At the water plant, whenever water is taken out of the Big Sandy River, it has to go through a sand filter in order to get the foreign debris out. That sand filter gets clogged up, and periodically it has to be flushed out, and that is called backwash. And for years we backwashed directly to the river because the law said we could do it. The law changed and said, no, you now have to treat the backwash water to 50 milligrams, I believe it is. We've got water people here, before it can be discharged back to the Big Sandy River. We were not doing that, and if you've come to any city meetings at all, you know we got sued by the Sierra Club over that. Now, what does all that have to do with this truck? In order to comply with the federal law on this, to get the discharges back down to where they have to be before they're discharged, we constructed what they call a Clara thickener, which is nothing more than a giant settling basin. And Holly Nicholas from Kentucky Engineering Group is here, and Dave McGuire and Lenny are back there, and they can go into more detail if you want it. There was a tanker truck which belonged to the fire district that rents, you know, they pay us $25,000 a year for service. It belonged to them. They loaned it to the fire department and for us to use for $1 a year. So the title, we don't own it, and there is a lease between the fire district and the City of Louisa Fire Department. The City of Louisa Fire Department is just part of the City of Louisa. It is not an independent body. It's like the police department or the water and sewer department or the city attorney or the clerk's office or anything else. So we use that. So this is not something that we can ever let get away with us. Because during one of these times on these trucks, I don't know which one was down, but that's when this thing got away from us at the plant, wasn't it, David?
It was.
There was a proposal put in front of the Water Commission to buy this truck we were using for $5,000. And I told the commission that really I didn't see any point in buying it if it belonged to the city. The city doesn't have to buy something from itself. The mayor has the power, if he wants to. I mean, he can take a fire truck and take it to the sewer plant, or he can order a police cruiser out on a fire run or whatever. It all belongs to the city. And I advised the commission there was no point in buying something we owned. And it turned out later, I don't know whether the fire district wanted it back or the fire department, but somebody wanted that truck back. And we checked on the title to see if it did belong to the city. And there was a year-to-year lease, but it did not belong to the city. It belonged to the fire district. I believe it was last week I got a call from Mike Wilson, who is the current chairman of the fire district, and he said, "You know that truck belongs to us." And I said, "Yes, I've seen the title and I know it belongs to you." So then we had a trouble about having to haul this sludge. David and the mayor came to my office and wanted to know what to do. David was very concerned about it and had actually, and I don't know if he has them here tonight with him, where he had gone around and shopped trucks and looked at it and found one for, I believe it was either $30,000 or $35,000.
$30,500.
Yeah, in Virginia. Now, anything over $20,000 has to go through a bidding process. Has to go through the council, approve for bids, and bid out. Water Commission is a separate entity, but it's still part of the city. It's still subject to the same legal requirements of bidding and everything else. The Water Commission has authority to authorize purchases up to $10,000. Anything over $10,000, it's got to go to the council for approval.
Correct.
So, mayor wanted to know what to do, and I advised the mayor that if there was an emergency, the mayor as chief executive officer can declare an emergency and make a purchase. So the mayor had a decision to make, and the mayor made it. Now, some people may not agree with it or like it, but that was the mayor's call and he made it. I did tell the mayor, I said I want to immediately call a meeting of the Water Commission and the council. It was called originally for last Thursday night, but we didn't get the notices out because this is bypassing the normal process, and the commission and the council needs to be kept informed. We didn't get to have the meeting last Thursday night, so I said make sure it's on the agenda for tonight. So that's why we went and bought the truck.
This dump truck, David, you purchased for $5,000.
A dump truck?
No, he didn't.
I mean the sludge truck, sorry.
The tank.
Not this new one, that old one. Where did the money come from that one from?
General fund.
The one from a grant money
No, ma'am.
left over from a water project?
That's what the dump truck was, yes.
Okay.
But not this old, the truck that I purchased, the old tank truck, the old sewer truck, was purchased from Barnett Plumbing. If you'll recall, we had a
I
business
wasn't
up,
here.
well, he had a business uptown.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Besides Joe Young's,
I'm sure.
and we purchased an old truck from him, and it was a dual-purpose truck as well. We could pump down lift stations, manholes, whatever, and plus haul the sludge with it.
Okay, the one you purchased for $30,000, is it ready to haul the sludge? You don't have to do anything to it?
I will put a dump valve on it, but I can haul it.
Other than that, it's ready to go?
I have hauled sludge with it.
Okay.
I haul sludge with it. With it. Wednesday.
So you haul every couple days, or?
Yes,
Go after we got
ma'am.
it.
It just depends on how often I have to haul with the river. You know, if it's real muddy, of course, the mud generates faster, I have to haul more.
So why didn't we continue using the fire board's vehicle?
Can I clarify that just for me? I'm gonna interrupt you, but
Okay.
I just want to, I don't want the water board to might think we're evil people, but when the water department was in a bind, we was more than happy to let them use that tanker and for what purposes they needed to use it for haul the sludge. That was no issue at all. I've been at the meeting, I'm going to explain it to you all who own the truck, and then man got you out of a bind cheaper, I don't know, but that's your choice about what you want. What made tempers flare was when someone dared us to get the truck, and that's when you can understand that when we know someone who owns a truck and they dare a firefighter to get the truck, that's when people got upset. So that's when we got upset, and the lease was coming to an end, and it diverts back to the fire district board on September the 30th of this year. So something had to be done. We had to push, had to shove, we had to do something quick because it had to go back to them.
I'm sure they would have leased it to the city for a while.
Well, it wasn't really serviceable. I mean, I don't think it's anything we want to buy anyway. I mean, it was.
Just asking.
No, you've used it for 2 years already. I wouldn't buy it either if it got free service for 2 years. Let the Lafayette truck run a long time. I could buy a couple of them to run for 2 years, I want to ask some facts to Buds here, if you would, and this is about the truck. This ain't about the tanker or the fire department. This is about the sludge problem. Bud, you informed me when I was at council years ago and on the water board and everything, this is a very hard issue to prove an emergency purchase. That's something you've always beaten your head, and I agree with you 100%. City's been without garbage trucks. We didn't do emergency purchases. So I did a little research to start off on why the tank got behind the first time. If everybody wants to speak the truth, and it'll hurt some feelings here tonight, but I'll speak it because I was on the water board. It's because our employees didn't do what they're supposed to. Now, what happened to the tank that you're talking about that went out of service is because a certain person dumped the tank on the ground and broke the valve. Okay? So this big emergency don't occur. I talked to rural development today. The dump truck was bought with grant money under the stipulation, because I was on the water board, that we was going to use that truck with the tank to haul the slurry from the water plant. Rural Development informed me today that truck cannot be used for nothing other than that. It can't be used to remove snow, can't be used to haul brush, has to be used for that. Talked to Dorothy at Rural Development. And the more I thought about it, when Joe Compton was water superintendent, and I'll be the first to tell you, I was on city council. We did a sewer, remember when they did the upgrade back in the 80s, somewhere put the dry beds in, somewhere in that range, the late 70s, early 80s. There's a little John Deere tractor sitting there, yellow. When I was on city council, I used to be on Joe like a coat of paint. Want to know why we couldn't use that tractor up here to bush hog and do everything. It belongs to city. I'm just like you, it belongs to city. Well, the reason being, it was bought with grant money. Same deal. So it's kind of hard to say you've got an emergency purchase when you've got a truck. So I just want to clarify before the board and the council walks down this road.
Well, thing about it, I don't think that there's anything that would keep us from buying a truck to haul it.
You ain't classified emergency though. You didn't have one. You had a truck to haul. You had a tank. You had a truck.
Well,
so so are we saying that we falsified federal grant forms to get this dump truck?
it doesn't have anything to do. It's apples and oranges.
No, a truck is a truck.
You just take it up with FDA or whatever.
Yeah.
I think there was an emergency. The mayor thought there was. I mean, that's the end of it.
Local businessman Jeff Kinzer believed that the purchase was unnecessary, thought that they already had a truck to serve this purpose. Therefore, he didn't feel like it was an emergency situation. Please write in or give us your comments on this story. We want to know what your opinion is.